just picked up. When I say new building, it's actually an older building that we're going to completely gut. We've got some noise happening inside because you can already hear these guys are working in there. We did get the power turned on 2 days ago. We still do not have heating. We're going to completely gut this. We're actually going to tear out the ceiling, all the walls. This has the old tin ceilings, and so we're going to go back to that. We're going to move one of our departments into this building, and we're not sure exactly who we're going to move yet. Probably put about 6 to 8 employees, co-workers here. A lot of people have the paneling. We're going to take this back down to the brick, and then we'll have these as sealed brick walls in here, just like we've done with some of our other buildings. We'll keep the bathroom, but make it a little bit bigger. It has some wonderful wallpaper in some of these rooms. Like we talked about, we're going to take all of these walls out and all the wiring out also. Now we have temporary space heaters going everywhere to try to warm the building up. We started this project at a time where it's extremely cold outside. These offices were connected, but then again, we're going to take these other walls down to the brick also. It's about, I believe this building is about 1,200 square feet of space. We have a kitchen in here. And again, this is what we're going to be taking the brick down to. That's actually frost on the inside right now. And so that's how cold it is inside this building, right as we try to heat it up with temporary heat. But we'll take it back down to this brick and then hopefully it's all in this condition. If not, we'll have it tuck pointed and get it to where it needs to be and seal it. We like that look. Back here, we're probably going to keep one office back here in the back for whoever the manager is of the department that's moving in here. Then we have an unfinished basement down here. We'll go through, and this has a little bit of mold in it, so we'll go through and get the mold out, and then we'll go through and we'll finish it off a little bit. We're not going to have anybody working down here, but we'll finish it off, and we'll have file cabinets and things like that down here. We have a lot of cables that are going around that we'll clean up, and then we'll clean up the electrical. The all new electrical upstairs that got put in for the drop ceilings, but we'll take all of that out. We'll actually go back to older looking lighting off of the drop ceilings, but using the newer technology and LED, so that way it's energy efficient. That's what we do in all the buildings that we retrofit and rehab. Always interesting as you're doing stuff with buildings, because you always end up finding stuff like this. I mean, I can't even imagine if we went back to using computers, monitors and computers that you end up finding when you're going through buildings. That's going back a few years. This is one of the things we run into a lot, like with the old piping. In Monmouth, one of the things we have to do a lot of times with the pipes that are coming out of the floor is we'll go through and put backflow protectors in, to make sure we don't have any of the when we have the storms, having the sewage coming up in any of our buildings. They said this building doesn't get much moisture, but sometimes it does. A lot of times it's from that, where you have stuff coming back up through the pipes, but we'll go through and put backflow protectors, and then we'll seal off any pipes that we do not need. And then a lot of times we'll have to replace some of the old pipes in some of these buildings. The foundation is extremely good, and you know, you get into these buildings, like especially this one, it's as narrow as it is. You have, you know, really good floor joists. Everything's in really good shape for the age of this building. I'm not sure how it is everywhere else, but here you end up with like a dehumidifier, try to get the moisture out of the air. And we also have a sump pump pit here, and then you can see where they've done some makeshift to run the water that's coming in off of this wall, which is a wall that's next to the building next to us, so that's obvious they must have water in their basement. When it rains, they've created a trough to go down to this. We'll take a look at it once we get some rain and see what we need to do, but we typically want to seal that off if we can. We do not want to have something this big. You can see down here where they've actually put up 2x4s or 2x6s and 2x4s. That is not the best way to keep water back. They did pour concrete on the other side. Sometimes if we have to, we'll put a little bit of a lip in to run that water. But again, once we get some rain going, we'll take a look and see how much we need to do down here to waterproof this. You can't always fix the problem because you're next to another building, and we have the same issue in some other buildings in the past, because you need to fix where their water's coming in at, or sewer, when it rains, because a lot of times it's a sewer that's coming up, and so they would have to fix their issue for us to be able to truly fix it so it's not coming in anywhere. But we'll do whatever we have to make sure we do not have the moisture in our building. A lot of these older buildings, there are issues. Like this building here is a small building, and you look at this board of everything they have going on, and we'll definitely want to be looking at this to see what we can do to bring this up modern and to try to get some of this out of here. We definitely don't need all of this here.